Alright, so here we go. Second scratch board. So here's the first one. It's kind of hard to see on my camera because of the glare from the sunlight coming through the window, but it sure is lovely. So here's the first one. I might still have some little bit of detailing to do, but it's pretty much done. And this part two, I just did a rough sketch off of an image off of Google, to tell the truth, because it's such a unique looking creature. I really wanted to catch the dimensions and make something worthwhile that J. Roy will love to have and hang in her house. Check on the chat. What's up, Real? What's up, Nisha? Y'all are cool. Would you rather me call you O and E or Real? I just always because you're real. So my nickname for you be Nisha is amazing. Always amazing. So this is for J Royal. Um, get my paintboard here. She asked for a blue rose and koala. So here's my first sketch board. And then that's what I did earlier on live. Check it out if you didn't. I appreciate all y'all supporting me. You are amazing. If I don't say it every single time, then there's something wrong with me because it's really a blessing and a half to have such awesome people in my corner. So let you know you ain't alone out there. There sure is people. We just don't be so loud because we've been burned a lot. But there sure is people like you. And keep your heart open to the blessings that the Most High has for you. Know that it comes from all over the place. Your enemies, your friends, high holies, but the Spirit move on them. Yeah. But when you find such special people, it's definitely worth remarking. I appreciate everything y'all put out into this YouTube. Keep on fighting down these crazy mugs. Man, so relieved when I go on y'all pages. It's not an Indian lady laying on the bed. Oh, man, y'all got to see that. If you didn't go over to Reels and check out his shorts and comedic shorts, and if you ever get a chance to catch his lives, he's awesome. Nisha does the Bible here. Definitely subscribe up to Nisha. Just about living with Christ. Like, what does that look like for real? And so get to be with her on her ups and downs in the world. And Nisha is amazing. Since first time I met her on here, she's been in my corner 100%, and I definitely trust her advisement. So here's my little sketch. I'm gonna get a little bit of brown and a little bit of white and a little bit of black, and try to mix up the perfect gray for its fur. Make sure I ain't missing nothing. Mike, my boy, legendary princess. Throw you as a moderator so you can. Oops, I threw you at the wrong kind of moderator. I don't want to throw you as that kind because I want you to be able to comment on stuff, right? So you can sub up. These are my friends. We all do different kinds of arts. I'll check you out. If you want to leave a comment on one of my shorts or something, then jump over and sub you out and check your channel out. Be about promoting you too, mama. All right, cool. So I'm just gonna let the chat go a little bit and get my colors just right. Get something that J Roll can watch later and enjoy. This lady really does work her butt off. I'll tell you what. If you don't know her too, J Royal Candles, she makes her own candles, and a lot of the ones that she has on her website, you can go and watch her make right there in her home studio. She's a full-time mom, full-time worker, and then full-time promoter. Honestly, she hasn't showed up this morning, probably because she's at work, but almost every time I go live, she's on here backing me up. So I'm like, ooh, I like those colors. She's just so supportive of it. If you don't have a station on here, you don't know, but if you do, then you already know J-Ro will be jumping all over the place. Alright, so try to mix up the perfect little brown there, a perfect little koala color. There it is. And that first coat, I'm going to put it on a little thicker so there's something to blend. But I have to be careful not to have two different colors. So then when I go through with the second coat to highlight the under fur on this creature, it'll be a slightly different color, and it will stand out more as long as this part is relatively the same color. I already been about this doing that other one this morning, so I'm a little bit worn out. I'm not gonna lie to you, family. So pray for me. I'm trying to understand life a little bit more. So in this, I don't think it's a coincidence that J. Rowe asked for these two as triggers. So I looked into koalas. I've been watching Mega Marks, how they're constructed, and I learned a couple things from some of these animal documentaries. Um, like did y'all know they got a part in their butt right here? That's their spinal cord. It's kind of like scar tissue or something. Like it's rougher, kind of like our nose, like a cartilage that makes it where they can sit on branches for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and just eat eucalyptus. Also, that says something to my the way I'm looking at money recently because it's like they be sitting, they don't have to move. Their whole life is spent just in those couple trees from the time that they're I think it said like 3 weeks that they pop into the mama's womb, kind of like a kangaroo kind of thing, pouch. Mm. They're marsupials, which I'm not exactly sure what that means. If y'all know, that would be cool to know. But I thought that was really kind of powerful that um as I'm further going through my journey here that it don't take much to live on. I'm learning that surely. But of the spiritual things, you be thirsty, take a lot. And if you don't have other things, then you want more spiritual things. To just only eat that one tree. I thought that was really wild. If you're coming in the chat and you want to speak up, that would be awesome. Come check out all my friends. I got the coolest people around me. Very, very creative individuals that are about supporting and building community and bringing hope out here. Bringing hope out here. It's pretty hopeless, I tell you. All stand up individuals. My friend too far away from 50 subscriptions. And then my boy's going to be on live doing sketches as he's done with the split screen with me, all of which is on the page. See how that's a slightly different gray? I don't know if the camera shows it off so good, but it's like got more of a blue tint than the other. So I gotta be careful of that because you don't want no camouflage raccoon look like here. We're going for a koala, distinctly. So I just took a Google image here and didn't trace or anything, but I did like pretty much space by space repeated it onto this canvas. I've tried this before. It didn't really go that well, but this one went splendid. I really like my sketch. It very much looks like a koala. Because in my mind, like I was trying to sketch it out and it just kept looking like a possum or something. I definitely know that as a marsupial around here. Getting again for this one. If you haven't been over to J Rose Candles, she does really cool stuff. If y'all want to, I don't know, give me some money, I'll be about getting to one of J Rose Candles. I'm just saying. Because she's got things that look exactly like popcorn. I'm so blown away by that still. Just how much that really looks like popcorn. Nikki Lee said it really smells like popcorn too. She bought one of those on the website. You know, So if you haven't been over there, go ahead and check that out. I know Nisha had been over there, and it's expensive to send to the UK. I can't imagine $250 to send a $15 candle or whatever it was. It's like, where our people are just wild. A little white here. Caught back up to the chat here. Hi, Gerald Ross. Oh, I don't remember where, but I do know you. It's your big old smile in your picture. I love it, bro. So I'm gonna mod you up real quick so you can jump around. You want to check out my crew? We all good people here. 12 subs away. Yeah, especially Mike. Your vote counts. I'm good, man. Thank you for coming in and checking in today. You're a smile, man. Keep that smile, because I was memorable even in that little bitty picture they give us. I was like, whoa, that brother, you know what I mean? That's what I'm going for too. Mine's real. Mine's got like the roster flag behind me. I just looking at the camera like, what, are you crazy? Yeah. Not quite as bright as yours, bro. I hope y'all having a good day out there. Everybody's getting out life, taking advantage of the time you got. And thank you for spending what time we got here to hang out and check out the crew, hang out in good company. I'm definitely grateful I got good company. I'm gonna try to repeat that same gray. And it sounds like such an easy task, right? Nah. No, not so easy. There's a lot of grays. Just the littlest bit of one color is a littlest bit of less of a red or something, and it's a whole different color. But as long as it's all the same kind of paints as far as gloss goes, then it should work out all right. So by the end of it, it should look relatively the same. Plus, the animal itself has a very different kind of coat pattern. Ooh, that's not quite enough. And so little variations in the animal's fur is pretty normal. So yeah, I went through a lot of pictures trying to figure out how I was gonna do this. I never even thought to paint a koala before. Of course I can get, ooh, before I end up back on that same bluish, it'll work. That's what I was going for anyways. So yeah, this one's not so mission oriented, I don't guess. I mean, like my last live, it was I had very clear what I was supposed to talk about, what I was supposed to share. This one's more just hanging out with people and getting everybody in touch with each other, really. I don't really feel pressed to talk about anything else really, besides supporting the community here. Which I mean, I always feel pressed to talk about that. Because I'm very grateful for all y'all. You pushed me, and I'm very grateful for it. You see how that looks like a darker blue? It's so strange how I would do that. I need to mix a little bit more red in it. It'll end up like looking like a collage. But this is the first layer, so it gets easier after you put more into it. It gets easier. And once you get the lighter colors on top of the under fur, it'll all kind of blend in together. And always you'll be more critical of your art than anybody else. So I had to keep that in mind for myself too. It does kind of look bluish though, doesn't it? Oh well, it'll match the blue rose, so maybe in the next round I'll do a little bit more of a red in there. But I have to be careful to not turn it purple, you know? So if you haven't jumped around and subbed up, this is a good opportunity. I'm about this community on here. And it would absolutely make this worth it to me, for sure. Thank you all for all your support. And I look forward to more contributions. Because, you know, it's pretty awesome to have something cool on the YouTube. Beats cable nowadays. I spent a while hooked to cable too. It was like I knew when every show was on, everything. Man, it did not do me anything. I mean, what a waste of time, really. So yeah, this creature sits up in the tree all day and eats that eucalyptus all day long. And they're so adapted to surviving on this that they have a smaller brain, so they burn less calories, even thinking, and they don't do anything. Just sit up there, except when they're mating. And they're very fierce little boogers. They don't look like much, but the documentary was talking about they are solid muscle. So if you catch them when they're mating, that's like finding a raccoon in a trash can or something, and they like fight with each other over the girls sitting up in the trees. Cat, are you okay? I know, yeah. Of course you're okay. I have a crazy cat right here. She always needs attention. She woke my son up at 3:30, so I'm a little irritated with her. You didn't need to do that, stinking cat. And she knows it. I also learned that they have two thumbs. They can actually grip around stuff. Didn't know that was possible. God. Hi, Jordan. Right on, Mike. I didn't like the drum part in George. That actor did a drum movie before George without that scene. It was solid. Word. Yeah, y'all feel free to chat with each other. This live is 100% about building the community. So y'all got some things on your head, let it out. We always dreams for this year. What we're trying to get done. If you could ask anything, as far as this community goes, what would you end up? What would you like this community to end up being? Whether you consider it here or away, just our overall community. What do you see this being like this time next year? Any particular ways we could be building it up? Yeah, this one's I don't know. I don't know how detailed this one is either, but I do need to work on detail. That's always I feel like a thing that I'm not that good at. This one's not so detailed either. But that one from my book, that was pretty detailed. Just getting that small isn't that easy. And I guess like a small part of me, I want to show what I'm good at, you know. But just as well as showing what I'm not good at, getting practicing, showing what I'm good at. But this one I was real nervous, so I didn't want to go in it half cocked and try to freehand something out that ended up looking like a raccoon. Because that's what I'm more used to seeing than a koala. So I wanted to take a little time and just sketch that out. And I didn't sketch it. It didn't take me very long to sketch it. Um, Maybe like 10 minutes. But I knew how to use my phone for that part, so. Mike's awesome. If you haven't been over to check his page out, although he only has like 3 things on his YouTube, but he's on IG too. And he's about music, and very soon he'll be going sketching live, and that'll be awesome. He's got very different style to me. Um, he is completely justified in saying about detail because his stuff is so detailed, you know. Definitely, I definitely like your style, bro, and I'm excited to see what you're gonna do with it. excited because you can come with life at life in such a different way than I can. So I'm excited to see what you're gonna do with your lives too, as far as interaction goes. I'm gonna try to get the most away painted through this before 2 o'clock. So it's probably about another half hour. I think I can do it as long as I can manage to keep the same color. That's probably the biggest thing about working with this medium is keeping the same color throughout it. I mean, I have paintings in my room over there that I don't know if I'll ever be able to get done because I can't match the color, and so I'm so intimidated by it because I don't want to mess up what I got going on it. So it just sits like almost done. I really should put some work in those soon enough, but it really make me want to finish stuff and not wait till later to do something or another because I have all those sitting there looking at me all day. Is that crazy? But they're so close. Like I have a humongous flower, a iris, that's meant for a very dear friend of mine that runs a business here locally, and her name's Iris, and so I like put a whole lot of effort into the background and making the colors on the flower perfect and making it pop and getting the little butterfly all arranged and everything. And now I'm intimidated by it because I can't see the veins. I mean, I can't like see where the veins on the flower are supposed to be yet. So I just keep like staring at it, waiting for them to pop out. I just haven't figured it out all the way. This one's coming out smooth and quick. Oh, I can keep that a branch, huh? Yeah, probably. Check from the chat. Nice. The paint God stuff. My overall dream is just to be able to speak the word of God full time, God willing, and to have my own space in the UK where I can hold Bible studies and events. Detail is all I do sometimes, Jordan, but whatever is going normal and pretty, I deconstruct and mess it up a bit. Yeah, that happens. That would be cool, Nisha. Yeah, I would love for you to be able to be speaking the word full time. At the same time, I appreciate how God will put us where we're supposed to be so that the word gets out to people that other people might not be able to reach. He'll use your testimony and give you validity, which means like it'll make sense to people. Like they'll know it's true when you say it because the Spirit will back it up, and so I know that like I feel like my calling is be a minister through music, but that means I gotta be down in the deep and realize why we need it. So all I'm saying is, we have to be grateful for everything, every opportunity. See it as an opportunity that you can tell somebody, I know I got a friend who got me out of hell. I'm gonna trust him forever. And the spirit say that also you have to sometimes be defaced. Like, you have to put yourself down. You have to be realize you're wrong to realize where you can be right. Um, and that's another painful part of the process, honestly. But I'd love that for you too, man. I would definitely be supportive of that. I wish you were here, honestly. I wish you were like where I could go to your church. Personally, there's a lot of stuff out about women preaching and all this, but I just don't. I don't know. The Spirit of God makes us all one, so we're no longer anything. You're no longer a slave to the ways of this world. So if God puts a woman in a position to preach, He's going to send those willing ears because He doesn't half-ass things. Excuse my tongue, but He doesn't half-ass anything. So, and I think in that situation, then you have no choice. That's your job. And so, whatever man thought before, man, woman, whatever human thought before, it's completely trumped by the Spirit. Sorry to be so passionate. It's just my mom, after she was cleaned, the Lord called her to preach at a certain church, and she went against all of her understandings to be joined in the church in the first place because she had been hurt so much. So she was called to a certain church, and then she was called to preach. And because she was a female, they put her as a Bible preacher in a women's Bible study, so that when she, testified, that it would only be heard by the women of the church. And then they changed out the pastor and like demoted everybody. And then they said no, no women preaching, no women, any of that. When that's not scriptural either. I think people should get in line with what God's planning, because it's not going to matter if you're white, black, rich, poor. It's not going to matter. It's going to be about, hey, come on, get with this life. That's our only hope. you know, go and talk to God for yourself before you come at me telling me my calling. I don't know. I feel passionate about this thing because I've seen a lot more passion and love from women than I ever have from men. No, no disrespect intended to any of you fellas, but these church women be holding all of our stuff up for real. So I don't see a reason why I couldn't accept the word of God from a woman. It doesn't make any sense to me. And on that matter, I don't understand why I couldn't be taught by a woman the things of God or preached to. I don't understand maybe the difference. I don't think that matters as much as that you know what's going on. Because you're a bride of Christ, so that kind of trumps it, don't? Here go that koala. Checked up on the chat again. Hello, Jordan. There's this little church art place next. Nice. What a good word for God. I think. Um. I think. What a good word for God. Stuff I think of without saying everything like angels. Jesus. Yes, love. Yeah, he's the intercessor between our hearts and him. So, man, I'm so grateful for that, for real. Where am I from? I'm from Indiana, Roy King. It's nice to meet you. Yeah, the female energy comes with better sense. Personally, I find them more spiritually inclined, or in layman's terms, intuitive. Yeah, so like even by what I've been told, what I understand from men, it's like there is a support. And I mean, even when I look at Christ's story, like the day after, all the guys were hiding. They were afraid that they'd get killed, but the women of the church were right there catching his blood. Like you can't get closer. So definitely. Have you heard of the song called "Don't Worry, Be Happy"? Yeah, over and over and over. That's what that smile is, bro. I know it. He say, "You worried? Here's my phone number. You call me." That recording was so live, like he could be passed on 30, 40 years, and we'd be like, "Don't worry." I want to make some stuff like that by the time we're done here. Maybe that's what we do at Mike's Live. Put a little bit of dark, but I don't want to go too dark. My organization could use a little work. I just want to put a little note in my live here for myself later. I definitely use a little work on my organization, because I be having the paints all over the place to the point that I go to look and they're right beside me. So yeah. Right, we getting done with the paint by numbers thing here. Pretty nice, pretty nice. Turning out a lot better than I even thought it would. So this is a pretty simple way to do it. There's probably better and more I mean probably even easier ways to do it, but I'm just doing this paint by numbers kind of thing. This is probably the the way that I can make sure that I can get a pretty high quality painting. Basically, stencil it onto the board first, and then go back and paint. And be careful to line up with the permanent marker or to pass it over a couple times. Which is what I'm gonna have to do here. So I just try to keep that really shade lighter color and fade into a brighter white into the ear. I'm not really sure if I'm gonna do a background on it. I probably will, but I'm just not sure yet. I'm just trying to make it not look like a rat. Then I just put a little bit of white onto my already dirty brush. Just keep on working myself in and doing that. A little bit more white, a little bit more white. Until I get to the very center where I have the brightest white. And then when it's dry, I'll come back with the bright white and a very small brush and do the ear whiskers. Being careful to cover over the permanent marker. So as I said before, this might take one or two rounds over to get really to cover the permanent marker and get the white, like get the shading just right, like you want it. If you're just tuning in, I'd like to invite you to like and subscribe. And that how they say it? But anyways, whatever you do in your life to bring people to bring yourself joy and to whatever's helped you get your mind off of your pain, not to worry, whether it's singing, art, whatever it is, I encourage you to put it on YouTube here. Start your own channel like you see these fine channels in my chat here. Put something out that's not crap. you know? Batter down the stupidity here. And when you do this, please give us a holler so we can back you up. Because we are about it. Ain't it, chat? If you are another subscriber, a subscriber, if you are another creator and you'd like some backup, somebody that regularly likes to jump in and see what you're up to, I'm your guy. Go on and shoot me a comment on any of my shorts, any of my past videos so that I can see it. And I'll jump over to your station, like up some stuff, check out what's going on. I definitely am here for community. I want to draw more of that. Um, so I think it's so cool. You can talk to people from all over the world. Just that, no extra money, no nothing. Be talking right to my friend here, Nisha, from all the way in the UK. When I was a kid, that would have cost so much. But now, yeah, it's free. Thank you, IG. Man, I'd love that. I mean, honestly, I'd love to go to your church. I think it would be very real because you're not so dependent on the word. You're not so dependent on some sort of doctrine, but you are dependent. I mean, the word. You are dependent on the word, not like a jaded idea of what church is supposed to be. So I think that your sermons would probably be about living with God instead of, you know, that we're all going to hell. But I have a feeling that your sermons would be a lot more like, oh man, he saved me. I'm sure he can save you. yeah. Trust God instead of hating the enemy. That's what I'm talking about. Jump over here. Yeah, and Ezekiel, Jordan. I don't remember where, but he's talking about four wings, and it was a circle inside of circles, the wheel of fire. Kevin, answer please. That's how I felt that too. But I was like, I gotta stay on this. I could probably look it up, but it would take me a minute, and I'd have to use my phone. You guys are on here, so a photo, a photo of a photo of a koala. I'm confused. Read Nisha's question, bro. Next screen, look, catch him, Nisha. I guess she did. The next screen look. That's about how this goes, because it's all a timing thing with this here. That angel described. I mean, I want to point out something about this particular angel too, because the Bible talks about angels, all kinds of angels, and the people talk about fallen angels and that Lucifer and all this, and I don't exactly know where that is in the Canaanite. I mean, I'm saying the regular Bible, but I know that. Well, anyways, so I want to make one thing really clear if we're talking about angels that these are things they do the will of God. So we don't have we have the choice, and in that choice gives us all the variations. Do you understand? So when it comes out right that we're really choosing the Most High over ourselves, it rings in a certain way that isn't, let's say, normal. Unlike the angels, every time that they speak, they're speaking the word of God. Even the angel of death, that they do the work of God. They don't have a choice in the matter. So when they're speaking a word to you, it's definitely resonating of the Most High, because it is, because that's their job. But with the fallen angels, they do them but try to discourage you. But even in that way, they still be trying to do the work of God, because they're going to test you, test you, test you. Why are you really into this? Why are you into this? But make you insecure, so they think they can throw you off. But always it's about trusting God, because He's not going to give you more than you can handle on that level either. I'd say I don't remember where that chapter is though that talks about that. But four wings, four heads, and circle, fiery wheel inside of a wheel, I think is what the words are. I could probably look that one up pretty easy, but I would also have to go away from the canvas. And I gotta get this done before I go get my boy. Yeah, y'all would love him for real. I know you only seen him on just a couple things, but yeah, yeah, I got really blessed in having my namesake there, because he's just something special. And he's been here through all this, so he's seen all kinds of stuff that he's seen so many prayers get answered. It's incredible. Like, to think that he's only 12 and he's already trying within himself to really get close to God, and not for me, but for himself. Like, yeah, my kid definitely encourages me, and he made me be so much more loving than I ever thought I could be, as far as other people too. Is that a bird behind your painting? Huh? No, it's a refrigerator. I'm not sure. Oh, I see the string. It's a dream catcher. Oh, I see what you're talking about. Yeah. Yeah, you're talking about these. This is what I found. I've been trying to work on it for some, like, a hairpiece, but I haven't been able to find my hemp. I don't know where it went. I've been so concentrated on doing paintings lately that it kind of got away from me. So, but when I do find my hemp, I'm gonna fix that guy. So I just put it there because it's where I'm likely to see it a lot. Going back through it slightly wider, slightly, just ever so slightly.
If anybody has the actual scripture for that, I wouldn't mind mentioning that because yeah, because that would be very amusing to me. I love Ezekiel. I love Ezekiel for real. They talk about in the New Testament, I'm baptized by this, I'm baptized by this, but what does it mean if you're not, getting closer to God, if you're not really walking it out? What does it mean to be? I think if anybody in the Bible I would relate to or I've taken the most rules as far as this thing goes is Ezekiel because it's like time and time again, like the last bit was um even on the day that his wife died, he got up and did his work. He got up, put on his sandals, and went and told Israel to repent. So it's like even in that message, I was like, whew, like never mind your Sabbath days, never mind all this, never mind the way you used to do it. But if it's not, you need to repent. We need to repent as a nation, as a people, always be getting closer and closer to God and closer, caring more and more about what He wants and what He thinks in His statutes and commands than we do ourselves. And honestly, realizing we were wrong sometimes, or a lot. Actually, realizing that we're pretty stupid and accepting ourselves that we're pretty stupid. I'm just going to tell you the truth. See some of the biggest miracles when you realize, well, they were too stupid to really do that. Like, if you really knew me, my heart is for wisdom. But why it comes out so smooth here is because the Most High's with me. I'm pretty chill, but I don't really express myself like I do in these here videos. Mostly just because I don't have a lot of willing hearts around right now either. My son, but I don't want to complicate nobody's life with anything. Unless I have to, unless I'm told to. That's my hiccup. Maybe I need to fix that here. Ooh, that is definitely looking like a marsupial. I thought I ponder if we only perceive third dimensional aspects currently and our true form using more brain from evolution, we will perceive higher frequencies close to the Lord's realm of one. I mean, the frequency close to because it's all one. So if you really saw it like God, yeah, if you really saw it like God, you'd be unlocking something that's already been there. See, I like you, Mike, because you don't have the same understanding as we either, but you have closer to what I know about the oneness. What's cool about Bird, but I don't know about this one because it was an owl. I heard they're witches, but he was chilling on a tree and staring down on us because it was an owl. I heard they're witches. I heard they're witches like Their, like someone's specific witches. They fitting to catch a J. I think so. We got coon, possum, squirrel, and hella birds for no reason. But birds are beautiful. Can't wait for it to get hot. The hummingbird come out. Hi, Ditya Singha. You have a very interesting name. Where are you from? Here's my art of the day. Yeah, birds. Birds are awesome. Yeah, birds are awesome. Signs, man, signs. Everywhere are signs. Everywhere are signs. And yeah, I definitely, even in my life earlier, I started to um, ask for confirmations, basically. And then here comes this little bird in the tree, being loud too. Like we couldn't not hear him. This thing does kind of look like a rat thing in a tree, don't it? I'm getting somewhere though. The thing about this creature is the prominence of this area right here, the lightness around the eyes, or the prominence on the nose, and getting the eyes in just the right spot. Although it does look like a little possum creature. One marsupial,
Good as another, I guess.
it will look less and less like a little possum creature once I get more shading on it, and I put in its underfur more and more.
I think it looks like a koala.
So once I get the ear in there, yeah. So who would have thought that this little guy puts up such a fight come mating season? The video is talking about just that they're a solid little bundle. They'll sit at the edge of the tree, just scream their little butts off at the females. Wow.
I never would have figured they would be so. Like, that's when they get the energy. Only when it comes to the women, they get it. And the rest of their life,
They're up in that tree just eating. But yeah, and they don't live off of hardly anything. So they just spend their whole life eating eucalyptus, which is poisonous to everything else.
so what a very interesting creature.
So be sketching up today. I'll probably still need to do more revisions once I get off of here. I'll probably still have to go back and do more and more shading. Because it's just, that's the name of the game with acrylics.
Hopefully, I'll end up with something that doesn't look like a little possum. Yeah, Jordan, I'd like to come on here with more hemp stuff. It's just a matter of getting to the Walmart. It's only like
A town away, I just haven't. When I was there, I didn't even think about it. Like it just passed through. I was more concentrated on trying to find a couple of shades of different paint. So yeah, but I would like to show that stuff because I think it's absolutely crucial to being able to survive. Like if you know how to make a fishing net, that's going to change the game altogether. And
and some part of that too just feels so natural to me.
it just feels like I already known it before. You understand what I'm saying?
So
Just second nature. But it's not necessarily like the same kind of feeling that I get off
with gifts like this or like preaching, it's a different. I don't know.
it's like more familiar, I guess. To tell you the truth, painting is probably one of my least things that I feel like I'm probably not the best at. It's probably one right there. I mean, right. I have a little bit of skill in it, but my real skill. I mean, I think my real skill is in singing, but it's just like I don't think there's a lot to do with that if you're just standing out here alone. So I got a couple solos, but I'm pretty much just waiting on my band. I've already seen them. I already know where they are. I know where they're at. I understand why we're not
Making music right now, but as soon as we are,
I'm gonna throw y'all on it as soon as I get permission to actually. As soon as I get permission to show off um my guitarist, I absolutely will because he's awesome. I can't put his stuff on my page or anything because it is copyrighted. So I just don't piss him off.
it's whoever paid for him to get his stuff copyrighted off. But
But as soon as I can, I'll be definitely showing that off. I'm thinking that's probably, with any luck and blessing, I think that's probably going to be happening this winter. I mean, this winter. Shh. I hope not. I hope it happens before winter. It's kind of a summertime thing, isn't it? But boy, if y'all could hear this music,
all things in his time, you know.
And maybe what I'm waiting for is even better than what I heard before. That'll make it all worth it. But I sure hope this ends up looking like a koala. Wouldn't that good in that suck? I get done and it's nothing. Alright. It's all in this nose, man. This nose was like the majority of the creature. Dark brown. Caught up on the chat. Rome Dog. $45 for a copyright. That's good to know. 10 to 20 a month only to put your stuff up on a major music platform. You don't have to keep paying if you're not putting stuff out that month. They just don't want to pay the sub. Someone in my house needs some sleep. They put seasoning upside down. Word. All right. Get back to the koala. Yeah, so thank y'all again and again and again for coming through and supporting me. I hope that I'm being appropriately supporting to you too, wherever you're at, whatever you're doing. Definitely know that there's somebody watching. There's definitely a reason. And I'm personally about the team. What y'all do is awesome to me. I like everything I've ever seen of any of you. Yeah. So on that note, if there's things that I'm slacking on, if you got something new out there you want to tell the family about, speak up because we definitely can use more and more good stuff, good content. Stations, for instance, my feed's been dry recently. It's just been a bunch of crapperino, and then every once in a while, some room I like or something will get on, but it's really been a whole lot of staring at the screen and random people trying to be random. This thing's nose almost looked like an anteater though. Like up close, it was like little nostrils pointed straight forward. Pretty wild, actually, looking creature. Wow, that really looks like a koala. Cool. Where am I on time here? Almost exactly there. All right. So I'll probably be ending this out pretty quick. If I do get up about 20 minutes from now, I'm gonna get myself in trouble getting my boy off the bus, so I can't do that. So this part, I'm just gonna mix just a little bit of darks and a whole lot of light because this tree is very much light, and I'm gonna use my same brush because it's got a little bit of that blue in it. And I'll work from the dark end up through the light, and it'll give it a bit of shading. So you don't want to go crazy with the paint, but you want to put enough to be able to blend it. Especially with the dark, you want to be really careful not to go crazy with it because it's really easy to put too much paint and then you just gotta wait for it to dry forever and ever and ever and ever. Strange like marsupial. But as soon as it's wet, it can be blended. As soon as you get the paint in that spot, you can go back through within about 2 minutes and blend it more. So that's basically what I'm gonna do with this first section. Try to get as much of the white as you can out of it and up towards the top. So like that. And then to give texture, just pay attention to how you're stroking. To give texture, just pay attention to how your brush strokes are. They're little bitty brush strokes because this tree is very tight. Yeah. Okay. Make a perverted thing much worse. I don't know why my brain here is like that. I swear, I think I'm tainted. I don't know. Here's hoping one day I'm not so tainted, right? And yeah, spirits behind all that shit too. I love how I just say things and then just leave it there. I watched one of my lives back and I was like not crazy impressed. Like I was still kind of critical of myself. Like I didn't need to say that. I was not saying that right or whatever. But for the most part though, I was pretty happy with how it came out. But it sounded like I got done and I was like, so that was pointless. I just came off as a complete idiot and then watched the replay. I'm like, it's not so bad. It's alright. But I have a feeling this is one of those ones that it's probably not going to make a lot of sense when I watch the replay. My brain's been pretty much bouncing all over the place during this thing. So, I mean, I don't know why this particular creature is very intimidating to me, but I'm very happy with this. So this will be the second sketchboard, and then probably Thursday I'm gonna come back on and do the final for this. I'm gonna do possum. I'm gonna do a koala holding a blue rose. If you guys haven't been to E whatever her name is, EIBHISLIS, Abelis, or EM2 to us. If you haven't been over there to subscribe, you should. If you haven't been to Mike's, if you're not subbed up to Mike, you should. He's only 12 away from going live. EM Square is new to it, but she is awesome. Such a sweet character. She was actually on this first painting with me almost through the whole thing. So I definitely love all the engagement that I get on here, even if I don't stop to check the comments as much as I probably should. Ah. See, I love that y'all are abusing the heck out of each other. That's good. Oh, she is in here. I love this is coming out. Yeah, I love how this is coming out too. Hi, M Square. If y'all haven't subbed up to her, definitely do. Get a little support going on and on. As to mods, if you see somebody come in here that is about respectful things, acts acts like they're on their same tip, then please let me know so I can sub them up and build this community. I like to use this as a little bit of an outreach, so try to get a little bit further out into the abyss of YouTube. Yeah, thank you so much, EM Square, for coming to keep me company earlier, and to everybody who became keeping me company in this. This would be not so fun for me if I didn't have such a supportive team around me. So, of course, I always just beat the hell out of that message. I would just beat the hell out of that message every time I come on here, because it is the truth. How'd y'all get on Mod Gang? That's what I really want to hear about, and I'll check back at the comments in just a minute to hear the answers. But how did y'all get interested? How did you find out about the twins? How did you end up being put as a moderator? When y'all tell me, and I'll check the comments. I'll tell y'all too, cause does that I don't even know. The twins are awesome. But like, who would have thought so many cool stations? Who would have thought all this later? You know. So with this, I'm trying to be as straight as I can with my lines because the tree is pretty darn straight. You need to go back here with the ruler later and do the edges. That'll work too. I'll probably go back through and put a little more of that yellow color on here because the tree itself is a really, really light tree. but on this first coat, it won't matter too much. It'll make it pop more if it's got that dark brown behind it. But I'll go and put more of this color later. It's just like coloring in a coloring book. Just gotta knock over the lines. Probably one of the most intimidating parts. Seriously, especially as you get towards the end of the painting. Probably one of the most intimidating parts is not going over the lines. Not messing up what is so hard to fix, because the closer you are to getting done is the easier it is to mess it up. Yeah, that'll be my 10% mark. Okay, I'm about to look. Get this basic color on here. Try to go as close or on top of the permanent marker marks as I can. And I'll have to go back through and put those claws back. 2 thumbs. I couldn't even figure. We'd be so much quicker at texting. No, I'm just kidding. We'd be better at climbing trees. Do you think if humans climbed trees that they would have ever developed into humans? I mean, we did climb trees, but not like a koala bear. I mean, we didn't have special adaptations besides our thumbs. It was like we got thumbs and then we started making other stuff. Or whatever you believe happened, but in any case, we started doing other things with our thumbs besides climbing trees. As opposed to the koala, who their whole body is just about surviving, you know? Almost, almost. Okay. Chat. I wouldn't have stayed if I didn't get a good feeling about this community. Everyone was so welcoming and chill. Everyone here is unique and awesome. We evolved to walk after we were in the trees. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Cause like this guy, he's got a twisted back special to be able to stay in the trees for a long time. Slap Doctor's awesome. Okay. I love when you can catch the lives and show some support too. AM squared. It was a community. We all help each other. Yeah. Most communities are one lane restricted. I found some rare. Yeah, I'm about it. We don't commit real crimes. Not anymore. I can't remember. Nisha says, I was just scrolling on YouTube and the twins came up and I just kept coming back and I was made a mod. Cool. I joined the twins live. I added twins and Mike MP to the group chat and named it Mod Gang. Oh, so it's actually your chat. I thought it was the twins. I found out about everyone from you, Kevin. I was scrolling through lives one night and came into your Bible study. Wow. It was what I needed that. It was, oh, really? I thought you were already in the twins. Like when I showed up, I thought, short story, it's gonna be a long one for the whole thing. Word. Twins were the only ones smoking and responding on a relatable level. Rest was history. Heck yeah. I think Slap Doctor recommended you to me. Oh yeah, okay. Um, Let me throw you as mod so you can jump around. That was Tom S. Slap Doctor's cool. He's old man. He walks in and all these little teenagers get muted instantly. That's how you know he's there. He just walks in and starts slapping people. You're like, okay. But the twins needed 8 hours to get monetized. I put that on repeat all night and kicked them over. Yeah. Found them in face Facebook. I don't know what FYP is. The Bald Council. I wouldn't have stayed if I didn't get a good feeling about this community. Everyone's so welcoming and chill. Everyone here is unique and awesome. I feel the same way. We evolved to walk after we were in the trees. Heard. Don't forget the aliens, Tom. DNA splicing. Here we go back to Garden of Eden. Mike, I'm with you. I'm with you. I know everyone from Twins. Word. Jordan, I sub to you from here. Jordan's awesome. I think is it you got a bunch of fish on your YouTube. I'm not actually sure what you do. I know that you show up all over the place, so I know that. Uh, for you page feed. Word. Awesome. Thank you, Jordan. All right, so we're finishing this guy out here. Yeah, so I was actually about this one guy who's like a Hebrew Israelite. Oh well, he said he was like recovering from that was like how he used to be. And so he would come on with regular Bible studies every night, and you'd be watching him and his queen reading the Bible, and then he'd break it down a little bit. And I was on here already for to watch him, and then I ended up flipping into the Twins, and I was like, this place is crazy. At the time, they were on the motivation, they were on the motivation, but they hadn't really got with the money part of it. Um, as far as I saw, I mean, they pretty much would just talk to the camera and hang out, tell people, keep encouraged or how's your day or just like tease back at trolls. It was so it wasn't so crazy serious. But I just thought it was crazy that people were like just being completely hateful. I mean, they just walk in and say the stupidest things, and then watching these kids respond like these kids who I might add were some of the highlighted people. So it's like watching them respond with just love and just being like, "Yeah, it's okay, man. I hope you have a better day," and citing them out. And then a couple of moderators started saying "mod gang," and I was like, "Oh no, man, is this gangster shit? Like, I need to know for real." And then I was like, "What is mod gang? Just go ahead and tell me, twins. Just go ahead and tell me." And he was like, "You want to know what mod gang is?" He's like, "That's what mod gang is." And for the first time ever, I was put as a moderator. And then right after that, in the other chat that I was honestly on Facebook, well, I mean YouTube Live for, he put me as a moderator like right after that too. And now almost everywhere I go in, just by being a reasonable human being and putting up a couple tags and like and subscribe, I'd be put as a moderator. So I think that was a pretty cool time. So yeah, that's basically how I found them because they were just being mocked and ridiculed, and then they turned around and were just so nice. I was just like, these guys definitely know God. And at that point too, come, uh, they hadn't really eh, like been so expressive about it, and now they are. But they're just like, yeah, we believe in God, but then that was it. Now it's like brothers will be like, yeah, dude, what you don't know? So yeah. And then as soon as they modded me up is when I met Mike. And then one day I was like really, really bored. I was off that day, and I was just sitting, and there's like a waiting screen for one of the twins' lives, way before they were monetized, and I was just like randomly there. I mean, there was no real reason I should have been there. I should have probably just scrolled past, but Spirit was just like stay, and so I stayed, and I just kept subbing up everybody that came in because I was trying to build my channel a little bit, and that's why I met Coffee. Coffee was basically like, yeah, here's the deal, this is what it's really about. And then she started telling me about, I don't know, we were talking about all kinds of stuff, honestly. All while this little wait screen and the transmission was messing up and all that. We were just sitting there talking. And we just started subbing up everybody that came in the door. So I think that it was that same day I ended up subbed up to, I was already, Nisha was one of my first subs. And then, yeah, and I was already subbed up to the majority of you guys. But that was the first time I met, like, Mike. That was the first time that I subbed you up. Trying to think. It's been a while. It does seem like you were here though. I mean, it does seem like you were there at EM2. It does seem like you've been going to their lives for a long time. But I don't know. then I spend the time with them and hanging out and posting the like and subscribe things as people just came in and talked all kinds of crazy shit. Man, yeah, this is probably the most intimidating part. Just trying to get the last little details without messing it up. That's pretty classical. This is pretty classic koala bear, right? Trying to go for something real classic for her. Something that you want to hang on her wall. Doesn't look like a child painted it. And then also to get me used to the dimensions of the creature's face for my main painting on Thursday, which I'll do the majority of that on live, even if it's just sketching it out at first with a permanent marker. I'll do that on live because I kind of cheated on this one. But I'll tell you the truth, I'm just kind of intimidated by it because it's such an interesting looking creature. I wouldn't want to mess his mouth up. Ooh, maybe I'll be able to put those highlights in now. Cool. It always seems like that last bit is where you get the most detail, get the most coolest stuff happens at that very last bit, or the make it or break it stuff happens. You end up ruining the painting. It happens to you. Hopefully not with these. Yep. I hear you, Spirit. I'm getting close to my time. So I'll do one last little brush through and get that branch on there good. Hopefully, J. Roy, if you're viewing this later, hopefully you got a little bit of peace and rest hanging out on my post live. Thank you for all your support. Thank you for everything you do. You're awesome. I think I pretty much beat that dead horse, but you are super mom. If anybody didn't know, we have a brilliant amount of super women in our community. The last little finishing touches on it, and I'll come back later after I get my boy and do the leaves. They're just a little bitty green guys because they're eucalyptus, so just a little bitty green guys, but I just don't know how comfortable I am about being on live if he's here too, because I want to spend all the time I can with him. Because he's just such a cool kid. So a lot of times if you see me and I'm running through your chat and I can't go live, it's because it's because I don't want to do that to him. So I'll just run through and not say a lot and like a lot of things unless something comes up, then I'll comment. But nowadays, oh, and then when I have been commenting, I've been killing it. All right. Like, Jiminy, Kevin, you got to shut up. I've been learning how to type fast. Boy, this is a very classical, good looking painting. Okay. That's about it. I got those finishing touches coming up at the end. Eek. I got to hit the door as quick as I can. Hi, Nichuli. No, not to me. How much a painting? I honestly just a little bit past shipping. I've made like 10, $20. Most of my price has to be shipping. So whatever shipping is plus 10, $20. And if it's a painting, I've got look through my
through my page, there's a couple of them that are labeled the back stock or looking through paintings. And if there's any that don't have a name on them, I mean, I've been doing them in like J Royals. I'm charging her shipping and $20 for the main painting, which I haven't even done yet. And then I'm gonna send her all these because she's awesome. That's the one I did earlier. That's the one I just did. And then those are just little sketchboards that I'm not done with. So yeah. So and then how I've been doing it too is just a little bit more than shipping. And then if you feel like you get it on the other side of it and you're like, yeah, I do need to I do need to throw Kevin a little bit more. That'd be awesome. But if not, honestly, just as long as it's not killing me, it's definitely a work of love. So I appreciate all of your support, Nichili. I hope that you didn't disappear. Yeah, yeah, especially if it's something I've already got done. And you're on my side of the country, so it won't cost me like $5 to send something. So yeah. Somebody wanted to drop that cash out at 7417 Kevin, I think is what it is. You need a one? All right, well, if you want to look through my back stock or if you have a particular idea of something that you wanted painted, I would honestly anything you can think of that would make it, yeah, money sign, but yeah, pretty sure that is it. Um, oh, that makes me. Oh, it's not Kevin. Cat with the EIVIN. No, it's just 7417 Kevin. Um, I've got a whole back stock though, Nietzsche. If you want to look through that, or if you have particular ideas on something, I'm available on here. I'm also on IG. That's about the only. Yeah, I gotta find a loophole, Nisha. That shipping price is ridiculous. Thank you. This guy right here, Shaunis, if you guys haven't subbed up to him, he does walks around the UK and he is awesome. A very good guy, very good with interaction with the people. And I mean, he gets crazy like the rest of us and he just handles them all with love. It's awesome. He hasn't needed a moderator even because he just handles it himself. Just awesome. Keep it up. I know I haven't been staying up late enough to catch your lives recently because they're like 1 in the morning or something. But he does every morning 5 a.m. UK time. He gets on there and walks around. Any kind of support y'all can show. Yeah, he is very, very much an awesome guy. Oh, and Rihanna is of course a sweetheart. I'm pretty sure we're all modded up to Rihanna, but she does makeup, regularly scheduled lives. It gets a little funky, but pretty much, PG-13 most of the time. All right, I'm gonna jump off here so I don't be late to pick up my boy. But look for this on my computer. Kaufman, Coff. Word. I love y'all. For real. Man, keep encouraging each other. Y'all make me so proud every time I get on here. It's like, man, this is awesome. I really love the shit out of y'all if you didn't know that. I'll see you in just a little bit. All right. Peace.